Hello, all my people out there, my friends, my followers, my YouTube, amazing women's, all you good guys out there. Hello, once again. My name is Violeta Blonde, English Violet Blonde. And today we're going to work on redoing this envelope. As I said in my prior episode, I had made this envelope and I was so proud of it, but then the logos, we can't use logos, other company logos, other people logos. And this bag, as much as I liked it because of this crunchiness, I had to do some adjustments and I didn't like the adjustments, so guess what? I took it apart and decided we're going to do it over. And in the last episode, I cut out the necessary material to make the window again, but this time, this time we're not gonna go through all the exaggeration. But now, I was having a problem trying to find, I found my queens for this window. I found them, but they weren't big enough and I would have to add. And I didn't want to add nothing to it. But then also, the edges on this rub-on is white. So I have to use a white card. Yeah, I have to use a white card so they don't look out of sequence. And so this is the way it's gonna go. And I love it. It's beautiful. It fits right in the window. The colors are amazing. See the colors? Yeah. And I could either go with the gold or go with the colors. I think I'm gonna stick with the gold. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the gold. So now, the first thing we're going to do is, since we're gonna close this, I wanna make sure that I put this fabric here, because like I was explaining in the other one, with this one, to put it like this inside the book and going back and forth, the paper and the washi I used was ripping, and that's no good. So I went with the choice of having fabric, which later on I'm gonna, when I insert it into the book, you'll see what I'll do. And it works for the better. So anyway, we're gonna take this out. Yeah, I'm gonna take this out. And where's my blade? My blade is what I use. Okay, here we go. My blade is what I use to remove the backing from the stickies. And this is the first thing that I'm going to do is put the fabric as needed here. Okay, this is for the fabric. I'm making sure this sticks. So I have the stickies already. The two sides is sticky. And I'm going to put the fabric. We're going to use the fabric. Put the fabric here. I have to bring it up some. Bring it up some. I have the two-sided tape with the art glitter that I just put. Okay, we're gonna leave that there. We're gonna let that dry. We're gonna come back here and here we go. Oh, let me do the bottom because it looks like it wants to rip from the top. So I don't want to apply pressure because I want to make sure those little side pieces like the arm, see that, don't rip. So let me go around it very gently. Yes, there we go. And we are going to stick it on this. Now, this is a bingo card. It's very stone. And the bag is flimsy. So I needed something stone. And what I came across was a piece of white bingo card. We're going to do this. I want to make sure I got it in the middle here. And you could feel that the bingo card is sent. You could always still, which I'm going to do right now, is make sure that it is centered there. There it is. It is centered there. And I'm going to take this here. And I'm going to center. Let me make sure this is centered here. That's centered. So this is about here. Okay. Make sure that doesn't move on me. And I'm going to center. Well, this is a sticky part here. Okay, and here we go. Here we are, and that's centered. We will know now, won't we? And here it is. It is centered. A little uppity up. And there we go. Now I have something else for here. This is it. Okay. Because that space there. And I got this out the same book. So I'm going to put it there. Yes, yes, yes. We are working it. We are working it. I sound a little hoarse. I don't know why. I don't want to put any glue on it because I noticed when I put glue, even the glue on the roll, it like bubbles up in a way. Okay, yeah. I want this here. Okay, there it goes. And it's a little crooked there. It looks a little crooked. No, it's okay. Fine. Now what we're gonna do is, yes, once again, use my sticky here. Okay, I'm gonna use the sticky very close to the edges. That's, once it sticks, it sticks. It's not going nowhere. And here. Okay. Here we are. Turn it to the side. And I forgot to ink the envelope, but we're going to try to ink the envelope. Okay. Let's remove the backing. I'm gonna remove the backing. Okay. Okay, this side wants to give me a little headache here, but we are going to work it. There we go. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. And one more strip here. One more strip. Okay. Okay, we grabbed it. We sure did. We grabbed it on the inside here. Voila, voila, voila. I didn't do no inking. I should have done a little inking. But no, I don't need it because you know why? I'm gonna do my ribbons. I'm not sticking my ribbons out here. Nah. Oh boy, do we have a problem here? But we're gonna take care of it. Easy, easy, easy does it. Easy, easy, easy does it. Easy, easy, easy does it. Ah, there we go. So let's take care of this first. Which means we're gonna have to put inside here. The card is kind of crooked, but the picture is good. Okay. Now what I could do is take one of these. Oh no, we can't do this. This is a music sheet. Okay. I got this paper last Christmas. For a Christmas journal that I started making for a young lady in the church. But This is the good thing. The good thing is I'm going to tape it. The clear tape. There we go. And this would not allow to disturb the in and out. Okay. It's not going to disturb the in and out. Of the insert. It's just gonna let it slide off. Oh, I gotta get my other tapey. I gotta find my tapey. My tapey. Yes, my tapey was up here. It don't want to show up now. Okay, here we go. Always be ready, guy. Always be ready. Yeah, man. I don't want that. I don't really follow instructions real good. Particularly giving it to myself. So, here we go. Last but not least, this here. Which is, it doesn't bother me going through all these steps because as long as it's secured, I'm good with it. See that? Okay, there we go. We got that. Now, what we're gonna do is, let me remove this. Okay, because now, I do wanna, let me ink the outside of the bag. And this yes, kinda is a must for me. Yeah, this is a must for me. And I forgot, yes, I forgot to put well, maybe not. Maybe it's better I didn't put it. Yeah, maybe it's better I didn't put it. That way I could put it on the insert. The leaves I was gonna decorate the white with, the inside window. I was going to decorate, but it's okay. I could just do the back with the leaves. And the leaves I'm talking about would be these leaves. And I have had these leaves forever. Not knowing how to use them, but I learned how to use them now that I return back to get my groove on with my journals. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's the inking for now, right? We're good with the inking. I don't want this to fall. Okay. So now, we go back to this. What we're gonna do is good, this stays here. This don't get removed. This is the enforcement that I put for the bag. But these come out. These on the side come out. Let me put one more side in this one here. Making sure it's not going nowhere. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there we go. Okay, this is a problem there. So we go hoping there's no problem on this side. That I could just get in there. Yes. Okay, there we go. And there we go. And we got to take out this side. And yes, I put it on both sides because I don't want nothing coming off. Okay. There we go. Now the bag doesn't feel flimsy. Mm-hmm. It doesn't feel, oh no, see? Doesn't feel flimsy. Oh. My scissors. Here we are. Okay. There we go. We got this open. Yeah. Beautiful. No lumps, no stickiness, no nothing. Now comes the design with the vine. This vine is this way. to cut the vines. No, it wasn't the vine for that. It was the ribbons. Where's the crocheted ribbons? Here we go. I almost forgot there. These go here. Right. Here go. Here. Yes. Okay. We're going with the fabric tack. Okay. This is the way we're gonna go. So far, so good as far as the fabric tack goes, because when it dries, it's like a silicone. So what happens is, when you finish with it and you close it, I haven't had no problems with the inside getting clunked up. And I don't like using, what you call that? I don't like using the glue gun. I don't like nothing tacky. Let me just say that. Nothing tacky. Yeah, nothing tacky. I don't like to feel nothing tacky on my books. Or on me. At all, no, I don't like it. I like it nice and smooth. See how nice and smooth that feels? That's how I like it, nice and smooth. Okay. Cut here. Do this side. And yes, it bubbles up. It sure does bubble up. It's okay. Let it bubble up. Okay. There we go, Alexa again. Alexa, turn off radio. Yes, I have to turn Alexa off. And here we go again. Okay. Here we go. I gotta put this back in a better position. Okay. That's better. This is better. Okay. There we go. We're gonna cut here again. this one here again. And here we go again. I don't have to transfer this to a smaller container or vessel because that nozzle works just fine for me. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Okay. And we cut off here. Okay. We cut off here and we got the first layer here of decorating. Now we're going to do the smaller one. That goes here. See that? It goes here. But first, before we do that, what we're going to do is put these rub-ons or these stickies. We're first gonna put in these stickies. And I did order these about 2 years ago. See that? This glue for this. This is good for this glue. Okay. And I'm just going to do, here we go. You guys see that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. And we're doing this. This is very painstaking, as others would say, tedious, because you do one by one. But you know what? I am enjoying. Yes, I'm enjoying it. You know, you always hear the ladies say, oh, I'm gonna go play now with my toys. Well, you know what? I'm with them right now and then, saying the same thing. I am going to go play with my toys. But I don't know how serious they take it. That saying, I know their journal When they journal, they take it very serious. That I do know. But what I'm saying is, I don't know how serious they take it, because for me, I have to be in the frame of mind. Like, it could be that they're so professional, they know how to just get up and hit the table and see what they got, and they know how to put things together. I still don't know how to manage that. So it takes me a day or 2 days for me to really get in the frame of mind to understand, or rather to get in the frame of mind of what I'm going to do. See, these rub-ons rip so easily because they are washies. They're like washies, yeah. And I want to make sure that they these are not okay. These have circles in them. Okay. I have more of these stickies, but I don't know where they at. So I'm just going to do the front. Oh boy. No wonder I'm doing it the wrong way. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. You know, I thank God that He's given me this opportunity of finding me worthy of joining these ladies in their arts and crafts, because 2 years ago I was supposed to go blind from my left eye, and I had just begun to learn how to do this. And it's like He says, no, you're not going blind. And the eye doctor, which is supposed to be one of the best here in North Carolina, he practically told me, after I went through surgery and lasers and eye injections and everything else, he was like, well, you really don't have a chance. And he says, well, wait and sit down in the waiting area where I'll get your papers together. And I said, okay. But he should have known already that I believe in a living God. So I went to the reception, the lounging area, to wait for him to finish doing my paper. In other words, he was kind of like discharging me. So I sat there and waited for him to give me my papers. And I started talking to God. And that little voice in my heart said to me, when he comes back, he's going to give you some news. And you tell him that the Lord said, it's not over until I say it's over. That was, this is 25, 3 years ago, 22, 21 to be exact, 2021. Yeah, the Lord said in my heart, tell him, I said, I'm the doctor, I'm the physician, and it's not over until I say it's over. And that was in 2022. And when that doctor came back to hand me my papers, to give me my farewell speech, I said to him, Doctor, I got a message for you from the Lord. And he looked at me, but he knew I was Christian. And I believed in a living God, because that's how he met me, in prayers. And he looked at me. I said, yeah, my God just wants you to know that it's not over until he says it's over. And with that, I bid goodbye and I went about my business. He did schedule an eye appointment for 4 months. I went back in 4 months. They did the field tests and everything else they do. And when he saw me, he looked at me like, you still here? Which he should have known, because they got to read the notes before they see you. I said, Doc, let me remind you. God said it's not over until he's over. And he looked and he took my pressure and he's like, and you could see all that? Yes, I could. He says, I'm going to refer you to my colleague. I looked at him like, oh, wow. Here we go again with another doctor. And he saw the expression in my face. And he said, you're going to be all right. I was like, oh my God, he's being so humble now. Right? Okay. The doctor saw me, my pressure was a 40 in the left eye. She says to me, I want you to take these pills, this medication, these tiny little pills they want, so your pressure could go down. And I said to her, no, he gave me some pressure pills and it didn't work. And I don't want to go through that again. And I started protesting and talking back. And she said, are you going to trust me? She looked me dead in the face. And I looked at her and I said, yes, I'll trust you. She says, now, go home, get this prescription, and I see you in a week's time. Let me tell you, that doctor brought my pressure down in that 1 week, what this doctor couldn't do in 3 years that he had been seeing me. 3 years. She said, now you're ready for surgery. I said, okay. She took me into surgery, and I have had no problems with that eye ever since. And thank the Lord, I still got my vision. And not only do I have my vision, she left the clinic, and I was so disappointed because I was like, oh my God, not that doctor again. And they assigned me to another doctor. And I've been seeing that doctor for about 1.5 years now. For that, they should have left me with the first doctor. Because she was just as bad. Okay? And I'm not shy to say it. And I say it because it's the truth. One doctor wasn't better than the other. And except for that, I'm not going to name her because I know we're not allowed to mention names, but I could give a testimony. And it was like, okay. And finally this doctor tells me, well, your eye vision your pressure's going up. So I'm going to give you medication to see how we control the pressure. I went back. What she don't know is that the technician that took my eye pressure tells me my eye pressure was 13. So when the doctor checked my eye, the doctor said, she didn't say nothing. She turned to her assistant to do her notes. And I'm sitting there, I'm waiting, and finally she don't say nothing. I'm like, doctor. She says, yes, Miss Solis. I said, you ain't told me what my pressure is. She said, oh, well, it's a 15. I said, oh, really? She said, yeah, it's a 15. I said, doctor, let me ask you, could the cataract be responsible for my pressure to go up, and my eye pressure to go up? She says, yes, that's a possibility, and what we could do is we could refer you back to Dr. So-and-so so he could remove the cataract and do a cleaning, and there's things he could do. And I said, doctor, stop right there. And she stopped. I said, can I be honest with you? She says, yeah. I said, I don't want that doctor touching my eye for nothing. In fact, I really don't want nobody here touching my eye at all. I'm not trusting nobody. She says, well, I could recommend you to my colleague. I said, no, thank you. I would like you to recommend you to the prior surgeon I had. So she looked up in the chart. She says, oh, Dr. So-and-so? I said, yes, the one that did the transplant. She says, oh, okay, I'm going to send her a referral. I says, well, okay, because I'm going to be right there with you. Because I'm going to stay in touch with her, make sure she gets that referral. See, because now I'm not trusting the clinic at all. I'm not trusting nobody but God. So I'm moving as God's Spirit allows me to move. And that doctor was hard to find. So I sent over an email and her associate answered me, yes. And it was like, oh, okay, tell them to send the referral. And let me get your insurance information, everything you gotta give me. And sure enough, the doctor that was supposed to send the referral, she was supposed to send the referral that Monday, because my last visit with her was that prior Friday. And I would call the office Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And it was, because the snow, they're not picking up. I think that what it is that because of the snow, the clinic is closed. And so I started calling. I called that morning, and early that afternoon, they called me back. So it was that they never called them and gave them the referral. Now look at this. Now it's beginning to come alive. Where's the other one? Compare to this. See the difference? This is this. I still like this. I'm gonna remove that. And this. It's a difference. Now I'm gonna take the small little ribbon. Where's the small ribbon? This is the little ribbon, yeah. And this little ribbon's gonna go here. See that? Okay. That's how we're gonna do this little ribbon. And she's so overbooked because she's an excellent surgeon. She's so overbooked that she's like, I'm not gonna be able to see you until. It's like they hit me with a stone on my head. But God is good. God is awesome. And this is how this one is going. And you know, I made the mistake of the way I did the other one. But I'm glad I caught that mistake. And in meditating on how I was going to do it, I found a better way. To me, this one looks better than the other one. Yep. Here we go. Let me put this here. Glue this here. Okay. Yep. Yeah. this one down. Put this one on. Okay. There we go. There we go. Walla, walla, walla. Can I sing my Walla Walla song? Yeah, I think I could. I think I'm allowed to. And I got that one down. Yes, yes, yes. And I did it. There it goes. The before and the after. Now this ribbon here, this fabric here, you're not gonna see it because it's gonna go like this. See that? You're not gonna see it because it's gonna go like this. And I thank you once again for being with me, for sitting down with me as we do this. And I think we kind of got this. And I wanted to, what I wanted to do was do this, really, to add a little something to it. Yes, I wanted to do this. Because this is such a nice wallpaper in the back. That's nice. Because see, okay, let me leave it for now. And I could always come back and decorate some. Okay, thank you guys for sitting down with me, watching my channel. I give you 1,000-fold of blessings always. Ladies, may I stay always inspired by your works. Those that are hearing and listening to me, and those that aren't listening and hearing to me, I still wish you the best. God blessings. Because I'm going to keep watching and being inspired by you. So I thank you guys so much for being with me. Violeta Blondet saying night night and God bless.